Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds is on a mission to impact lives away from the stage, and he's just gained an unlikely supporter. Topping the music charts with their hit song Believer, Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds is a believer that his success can be used to save lives.
The path for an LGBTQ child who's raised in a home of Orthodox religion, it can be a difficult path.
Reynolds says that path can not only be lonely, but dark.
We know that an LGBTQ child who is not accepted in their home or community is 8 times more likely to commit suicide, 3 times more likely risky drug use. It's all about coming together as a community to say, hey, let's change these statistics.
So Reynolds has recently created the LoveLoud Foundation.
And the goal is to bring people from all sides together, from the far right, from the far left, religious, not religious, everybody come together and say, what can we do to create a safer environment for our LGBTQ youth? I always believe that you start in your community. That's where you start. So Mormonism is my community. I was raised Mormon.
And that community has taken notice of Reynolds' mission. Just today, the LDS Church released a statement about LoveLoud saying, "We join our voice with all who come together to foster a community of inclusion in which no one is mistreated because of who they are or what they believe." The statement goes on to say that the church hopes that LoveLoud can build respectful communication and understanding for LGBTQ youth. Former LDS member Ryan McKnight says the statement is a step in the right direction.
Anytime that they're going to show support for the LGBTQ community, it should be seen as a positive thing.
But McKnight says the statement could go further.
They will usually stop short of taking any kind of responsibility that their teachings may be influencing the depression and the homelessness because of kids getting kicked out, or up into and including the suicides.
But Dan says change starts with conversation.
Now is the time more than ever to get a community together. Even though it's a hard topic, that doesn't mean that it needs to be one that isn't had. It has to be had. We have to be talking about this.
And there's a reason that Reynolds is a believer in the things he is fighting for.
And that my life is done with my little girls. I'm not looking to say, hey, what did Dad do? He wrote this song Radioactive. You know what I mean? Like, cool, rad, but that to me is not the pivotal moment of my life. Like, what I'm trying to achieve is just to leave an impact of positivity and love on the world.
And I have been communicating with the LDS Church today. A representative declined to go on camera to comment or give perspective beyond the written statement that was issued today. And by the way, Dan does hope for LoveLoud to become a program in schools here in the United States and around the world. Also, he's kicking everything off with the LoveLoud Festival, August 26th in Utah.
And it sounds like more stars are getting involved, like Julianne Hough, and of course, Neon Trees. So it's going to be, I think it's a great project. He's using his voice for so many great causes.
It will. And with the church behind it and supporting now,
it's huge.
They're expecting something like 20,000 people out there. So it should be a good turnout.